receive.
I want to see them treasure the Lord. I want to see them find their joy and everything in Him. And then this weight came over me because I felt like I didn't know how to lead them into that. I didn't really know what my role looked like and how I could live that out and how do I display that to them. And genuinely, I just felt overwhelmed.
I grew up in a broken home. I had to go see my dad every other weekend. Just the loving, emotional love wasn't really there. I think that I smother my kids now with loves and hugs and kisses, maybe because I longed for that as a child.
When our kids were really little, I had a whole lot of behaviors that were straight out of the family I grew up in. A lot of anger, a lot of temper, a lot of just aggression. Walking with God, I learned that's not who I want to be. If I was that person with my kids in the house, they were going to turn into those people and create the relationships that I grew up with.
My dad and I talk about important things, but we don't talk about spiritual things a great deal. So that's something I want to change in my family. We have time where we want to talk to our kids about spiritual matters and things like that. So I definitely want to do that in my family, even though we didn't do it in my own.
I think that's the thing that we really try to instill in them, is to put God in everything you do. And I think that's, the greatest legacy that you can leave your kids.
My parents growing up, completely different than our family. So my parents growing up really only took us to church Easter and Christmas. So we were pretty much holiday Christians. They didn't teach me God's word. They didn't teach me anything.
And I was always the one saying, I don't need church. I grew up without church. I'm doing fine. Why do I need to go to church? We've raised them to not be in the habit of going to church. And here we are in our 40s, just now getting into it. So it's hard for me to say, come with us, you need this. And so I'd just like them to meet some friends who would lead them that way. And maybe that's my job to do so, and I'm going to try my hardest, but I need help.